My name's Natalie Cooper. I live in Windsor, Ontario, Canada, and I'm 27 years old.
Natalie is a typical representative of modern girls. She likes vintage arts, painting, and social medias.
I think it's really fun, and it's actually getting me kind of out there, getting me out of my little bubble. It's helping me grow in myself and meet other people as well and reach other people.
But in Natalie's daily life, she doesn't have a job or in school. She's dealing with her mental health illness called bipolar disorder II. Bipolar disorder is a mental health condition in which people have really low moods called depression and high moods called mania. Statistics shows that 2% of people in Canada live with bipolar disorder at some point in their lives. Because of most people either don't realize or ignore it, bipolar disorder can be very difficult to diagnose. Natalie's mental health started very early in her life.
I think it's something that I've always kind of dealt with. My parents got divorced when I was 12. At that age it was really hard because that was just when I was becoming a woman. I needed my mom then.
After her mom's leaving, Natalie's friend in high school committed suicide.
Shock and sadness because if she had support, she would still be here, right?
Natalie began to feel pain and confusion. She closed herself and began to avoid all stressful things.
I kind of basically just curl up in my bed and just sleep. Pretty much irritable, I don't want to deal with things.
And this only made everything worse.
I went to the doctor because it's just harder to kind of live day to day. That was the concern, of course, so I went to the doc. That's when they kind of told me it was probably depression.
With bipolar II, somebody can have very long periods where they're not happy, they don't have a lot of energy and motivation, and then at the same time they can kind of go into periods where they have more energy and their thoughts are kind of racing and things like that.
And this episode is called mania.
My manic episode happened in my early 20s. I was put on medication for depression. That actually triggered a manic episode.
They may feel overconfident, may engage in a lot of activities that they normally don't do.
I did some things that I normally wouldn't do. I wore one of the dresses that I wore when I was younger, in grade school. And I had this wallet that I painted with nail polish and totally ruined the wallet. Redecorated my whole house, just put paintings all over. It was really not like me.
Even though she's emotionally unstable, Natalie still wants to find a job. But she went to the wrong way.
If I saw somebody walking on the side of the street, I would be do you know if there's any job openings anywhere? So you would kind of put yourself in different places. That could just be anybody and it's not really safe. When you're in a manic episode, you don't think about what's safe and what's not safe. You're just thinking of being happy.
Bipolar affects people's moods, so they don't feel that they have as much control over their moods, and it can also affect their daily functioning.
After this, Natalie's friend took her to the hospital. She was diagnosed with bipolar disorder II.
I felt it was such a big thing that it was going to be a part of my life forever now, and it was just kind of scary.
Natalie feels bad. Her father does too.
It makes me feel terrible. It's it's a helpless feeling because there's really nothing you can do. Naturally, for a guy, for a father, we want to fix things. And when Natalie's in that state, I can't fix it.
Well, this is my life, so I'm just going to give up.
Mental illness is quite common. In most countries in the world, 1/3 of people have some degree of mental illness during their lifetime. Natalie became aware of her problem after diagnosed, and she began to move on.
A lot of support from family and friends. I just I know that things will get better, so I know that life still goes on. So I just feel that to move on, I have to get up sometimes do it, right?
Natalie has grown up in church, but she wasn't a Christian. After the diagnosis, she realized she needed some help from God.
And God mainly helped me get through it.
I used to be really shy, and I'm kind of more open now, and I think it's helped like my depression and everything too, because I want to get better. I want to work on things and improve myself.
Natalie is grateful for people's support, but she knew that she needed her own effort to win this battle with bipolar.
It's a learning process, like it's a journey. You have to learn how to cope with like what life throws at you and everything. I basically fight at it as best as I can. Like I'm 27 now, so I think like as you get older, you kind of learn how to cope with things and deal with things better.
Mental illness can be managed. The best way to cope is to realize that you have a problem.
Remember that we all have mental health and we all have to take care of that just like we have to take care of our physical health. And we're all at risk sometimes of having concerns with our mental health, and it's nothing to be ashamed of if you are having some challenges.
What's most important about mental health and everything, I think you have to want to help yourself, and you have to want to reach out and get better.
Through the past decade, Natalie has grown up. She has struggled, she has failed, and she has succeeded. But she has never been beaten because she decided she would not be imprisoned by mental illness. She will always live the life she wants